Hello everyone and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now they say laughter is food for the soul, and it's true. It can certainly lift your spirits and even take you out of a very dark place. So we're dedicating the program today to show you the benefits of laughter. I'll be speaking to psychologist Dr. Audrey Tang about all the different aspects of laughter, and I'll be sharing with you how to get more laughter into your life. We'll also be watching a very puffy funny challenge with sumo suits and also looking back at some funny moments from this show. And today we'll be treating a member of the public to a makeover to give her a little confidence boost in her job hunting. And this will be done by our very own Teresa Megan Gregoire. And let's meet our makeover for today. Hello ladies.
Hi Chrissy.
Hi. So this is Tracy.
Hiya.
How are you doing, Tracy?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so we've got our expert here and she's wonderful, I have to say. She's a very great makeup artist. So tell me, Tracy, why did you feel you needed this makeover today?
I've been unemployed now for coming on 2 years. And basically, I can't find a job and it's bringing me down, so I just thought somebody giving me some advice on some makeup. My skin's getting older and over the last year it's changed.
Just over the last year, you've noticed the difference?
Yeah, well, I've started using cheaper makeup because I haven't been able to afford it. So,
oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
Has there been any other stress in your life that you maybe think affected your skin or anything?
I don't think stress. My daughter's just gone off to uni.
Okay.
I have cared for her. She's got cerebral palsy, so she has been quite a non-dependent, but a dependent on me, although she's an adult. She still needed me to get through uni.
Okay, so you've been working quite hard as well then?
Yeah, and now trying to get back into a normal job, everybody just wants you to do what you've done, be a carer.
Yeah,
it's just not what I want to do.
So now it's time to get you pampered and looked after.
Yeah.
Okay, so Megan, what ideas have you got for Tracy?
I definitely think that she has got a nice spring look. So I think we're going to bring some fresh, vibrant colors.
She's got lovely eyes as well.
Yeah, I was just looking, lovely blue eyes. So we have lots of attributes that go with that nice spring. She's got a nice outfit on that actually, for me, feels springy. So I think we're going to bring some vibrant, fresh, maybe cheeks in there and just get at it. So
okay, cool. So I'll let you girls get on with it while we go to the news with Excel. And here is the lovely Excel with the news.
Oh, thank you.
How are you,
Chrissy?
my lovely?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to be here again.
Now, you like to laugh a lot, don't you?
Oh my gosh, yes. I tell you, I should actually have it patented and own it really and have charge people. No, I won't really. But yes, I love
What
to
makes you laugh?
I try to kind of find, and there's always something in everything that makes me laugh, I have to say, because I think it's, as they say, sort of laughter is the medicine of youth. So everyone thinks I'm 15, of course. but yeah, I think not really taking myself too seriously a lot of the time. Yeah. I'm sure, I mean, you could tell me for yourself what you think, but I just think that's how I mean, I have my serious moments, don't get me wrong, you know. But I think if you kind of have like a lighter view on life, you're less stressed and you're less burdened. And that's how I kind of roll, really.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what news do you have for us before we go to break?
I had to find some really hilarious news for you, Chrissy, and I have to say that I was successful in finding what I thought was completely, and I will start with this one because I think this just tops it. A man called Paul Rose was out filming with National Geographic in the island of Madagascar, and he heard what he described as a blowing sound. And he went to investigate because they were all kind of looking at all the animals and life on the island. And he noticed that it was actually two ginormous tortoises were mating. And so as it sort of like disturbed the process, obviously. But then when they, when they were interrupted, the male was so angry that he charged. But when I say charged, I use that term very loosely because he was crawling towards the cameraman in annoyance, and I tried to watch the video, but I couldn't even, because it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. It was like, it was coming towards him, like, I'm coming to you, but it might take me 5 minutes to get to you, but I am charging. Can you tell I'm charging towards you? And he literally, he said, the cameraman, he was telling the cameraman, this Rose guy was saying, don't worry, you know, we've interrupted this ritual, but let's just kind of back away and maybe he might ignore us or something. But however long it took, he followed him. he was charging at him. And he said he followed him around in a 365-meter loop.
You're joking.
So even when he kind of went round, the tortoise was still charging.
He
How
must have
dare
been
you
really
interrupt
enjoying
me?
himself to be that mad.
So he was really mad, but he obviously couldn't like express his madness in quick enough time. But it was hilarious, and I just thought, nah, this has to come on here today. I couldn't stop laughing. But I think it was something that was interesting as well, where the guy said, well, we've interrupted. We can't blame him because we've interrupted his enjoyment on this beautiful private island, and I just come and interrupt it. So
true.
well, there you go.
Naughty.
Border guards were actually astonished when a Frenchman was found at the border to have packed his wife in the suitcase.
No, he did not.
Oh yes, he did. Because he
You're
thought
kidding me.
that it was illegal to bring his Russian wife into France. But of course, it's part of the EU, it's fine. But no, he didn't know that. So he stuffed his Russian wife in a bag, in a suitcase, and he was wheeling. This baggage is like unusually heavy. And so they asked him to open up, and they found the woman all scrunched up inside. Literally, she must be very flexible. I have to say, I take my hat off to her. And she actually, literally, was folded in there to beat security, to beat customs.
How silly.
But you're allowed, young lady. You're part of the
That makes it
EU.
even funnier.
Exactly. This is the thing. And so actually, the customs said they were cracking up laughing because they were very surprised. They opened the suitcase and they see a woman.
Did they let him
out.
off?
It didn't actually say what they did with him. All they said was they checked their papers because the couple were traveling to Nice in southern France from Moscow, and the husband packed the wife in the suitcase before they crossed the border from Belarus into Poland. And they said they checked the couple's papers and they laughed because they found out the husband was French and she was Russian, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine. You could have just traveled like normal people. You could have had a seat on the plane and not get stuck in the oh no, it's hilarious. But then she says, he said foreigners cross the border illegally in many ways, but this is the first time I have heard of somebody traveling in a suitcase. That she's seen perfectly well despite being shut in the case and not in need of any medical
It's
attention.
really dangerous as well, though, isn't it? Oh my gosh.
Like really?
Yeah.
But that's what visas are for. If she can't travel for free or something, just get a visa. Get a visa. Really? Oh no, hilarious. Right. This is another one that cracked me up. A man found himself in a sticky situation because his current girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend were fighting over like who does he like more, right? So to settle the score, they both threw themselves into a river and they said, who was he going to save first?
I don't believe that.
This was in China, Chrissy. This was in China. His name is Wu, I hope I'm saying this right. His name is Wu Xia, 21. He had broken up with Yun Tang, 20, after meeting his new love, Rong Xiao, 22-year-old. And over the following months, the jilted, the ex-girlfriend kept hassling him to get back with her. And so arranged a meeting between the three of them and said, right, we've got to settle
Can I
this
just ask
now.
before we laugh, are they both okay?
You don't ruin my story. You have to wait till the end. So this guy said, I got sick and tired of being nagged because both of them were nagging him as well. Ex-girlfriend said, why did you get back with me? And I was like, oh, there you are. So anyway, so they were both moaning about it. So they gathered at a beauty spot in a place called Ningbo in eastern China's province. And the situation there went from bad to worse because he thought they were just going to have a three-way. Let's talk about this like grown people. And then all of a sudden, the girls began arguing. And the man's ex-girlfriend felt insulted by the comment made by the new girlfriend. And so she jumped in the river and called for her former lover to save her. So the new girlfriend, fearing that he might jump in to save her, then jumped in as well. And then both of them began calling to him to rescue them, to save them from drowning.
Did you just turn around and leave them?
Oh, this is classic. He then settled the matter by jumping into the water, saving the current girlfriend, and then taking the soaking wet woman to hospital, and on the way there, called his brother to save his ex-girlfriend.
So they're there to hook up? The brother and the ex-girlfriend?
I don't think they had time for it.
dear.
Yeah, it was just literally a case of, go
Girls,
save that crazy girl that's thrown
girls.
himself. But I just thought,
Please have some self-respect.
why? Thank you.
No man is worth jumping into a river for goodness sake. Come on.
Because I was just like, why would you even put your life at risk?
So silly.
It's hilarious. Well, I think the only thing that got injured really were their, bruised egos and nothing else. Because they both got taken to hospital and they were both released without any major injuries. And apparently this story has gone viral in China.
I can imagine.
Because there's a shortage of women due to the country's one-child policy.
Right, so we're going to leave it there, but you're going to stay around because we're going to do some more news, and also you'll be with me talking about how to laugh more. We'll be giving some advice to the viewers. Well, guys, do stay tuned, because after the break, I'll be speaking to Dr. Audrey Tang about the benefits of laughter, and we'll also be watching a fun challenge on inflatable sumo wrestling. So please don't go away.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Hello and welcome back to today's show, where we are talking about how great laughter is for you. Now, before we go to Dr. Audrey Tang, let's take a look at this fun challenge involving wrestling in inflatable suits.
Chrissy! Winner is Cheryl!
Yeah!
Sterling effort by both ladies, but the winner is Cheryl!
Sometimes you just got to look silly in life to have a good laugh. Okay, so now it's time to go to our psychologist for today, Audrey Tang. Hello, Audrey.
Hello, Chrissy. Thank you for having me on your show.
It's lovely to have you here.
Pleasure.
Now, in the short time that I've met you, I can see what a smiley, bubbly person you are, and you like to laugh, don't you?
I do, absolutely. Again, as Excel was saying, makes you feel younger, makes you look younger, so why not?
It does, definitely. So obviously in your line of work, you must come across a lot of sort of people maybe feeling a little bit down in the dumps and stuff, but how would you say like laughter will help someone?
Well, there are lots of physiological benefits, there's lots of psychological benefits to laughter. To talk about the physiological ones first, there's been a lot of research on laughter. Admittedly, it's been on smaller samples and largely to prove the health benefits, but for example, it can maintain your blood flow. So we've had two groups of participants who were both, one group watched a drama and one group watched a comedy, and they measured the constriction of the blood vessels afterwards. Those who watched the drama, their blood vessels were constricted very much when you're feeling under stress. It's the same sort of pattern that you get. The ones who watched the comedy, absolutely fine.
Really?
No constriction at all.
Wow.
There's been a lovely book, The Anatomy of an Illness, written by Norman Cousins, and he charted his experience with a very severe spinal problem. And he used to watch the Marx Brothers films, and he found that 10 minutes of laughing actually resulted in 2 hours of uninterrupted pain-free sleep.
wow.
And it's just lovely to hear things like that. Of course, there's psychological benefits as well. It just makes you feel better. Philosophers originally said that laughter probably came about as a way of humans finding a companionship with each other. So because it restricts the fight or flight response, you end up, when you're laughing, you kind of have to trust the people you're with, because otherwise you're not really going to be able to respond to a threat. And as we all know, sometimes when something horrible happens, the first thing we do afterwards is laugh about it once it's over. And so there's that feeling of relief as well. And of course, if you surround yourself with positive people, you're going to feel more positive as well. It'll give you more energy and so on. So there's lots of benefits to laugh.
Now, what about yourself? Because you're not just a psychologist, are you? Because you wear quite a few hats, don't you?
I do. I originally trained as a drama teacher, and I still get very involved with theatre because I find it a great way to improve well-being. It improves confidence. It also builds general skills, having to do a little bit of dancing, singing, acting, the whole thing. It means you're doing things that you probably never thought you could do, and that sense of achievement plus the sense you're doing it with other people who enjoy it as well, it's absolutely fantastic.
So you must have a lot of laughs in your line of work as well.
Absolutely. When I was teaching, I ran the staff pantomime, and it was a wellbeing initiative. And what was lovely was actually seeing staff lose their teaching role and become Cinderella or Aladdin. And it didn't matter if they made a mistake. There was no pressure. You could just do it and have fun. And I absolutely love that. So I still continue to train and teach, as well as work as a life coach.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how long, how many minutes, maybe a day, should someone laugh to get the benefits, do you think?
Well, research has shown if you laugh for 10 to 15 minutes, you can burn 50 calories. So
that is so worth it.
That doesn't mean go out and eat a Mars bar, because laughing for 50 minutes, I mean, yes, it means you tighten your abdominals, you tighten your facial muscles, your back muscles, your leg muscles, but it is quite hard to laugh solidly for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Take that with a little bit of caution.
You don't want to get yourself into
15
trouble.
minutes at least a day, definitely.
Yeah. Now, what about, I don't know what you think about those kind of classes that you go to where they just laugh. Does it matter that maybe in that kind of situation it's staged and it's not sort of maybe as natural as when you sort of laugh yourself? What do you think about the two?
Well, actually, the body can't tell much of a difference between staged laughter and genuine laughter. And there's a piece of research in Germany where they had 3 groups of participants. One group held a pen in between their teeth with a smiling kind of look. The other group held it as if you would with a frown, so more like that. And the last group held the pen in their hands. And then they showed each group a cartoon, and the ones who held the pen between their teeth, the smiling pose, rated the cartoon as consistently more funny than the other 2 groups. So it does suggest just the act of putting your face into that position makes you feel positive. And it depends on whether you're talking about laughter therapy or laughter yoga.
Okay,
Which
so
is
can
a
you tell us,
thing.
can you explain the difference?
And laughter therapy educates people that it's okay to laugh. We forget. Probably the stiff upper lip that we have in the UK, that you're not allowed to laugh, children should be seen and not heard. What it does is it reminds us that laughing, there's nothing wrong with it. It's fun. It's not that sort of thing where you're told don't laugh inappropriately. It just reminds us that it's good, it's okay, and it's a release of energy. Laughter yoga. It's great. I'm laughing at it because I'm thinking about it.
Have you done it before?
I haven't done it,
okay.
but I know about it. I've done yoga classes, and in the yoga class it's very serious. It's all about stretching. You're all facing the instructor. You're all imitating. Laughter yoga, you're facing each other. And when you're trying to get your body into these strange stretch positions, can I ask you to have a go?
Oh, okay, I'll try.
Go on. So let's just do something simple as the triangle position. You used to be a fitness instructor, it's still coming back to me.
I wasn't expecting to do this, guys.
Here we go.
Yeah, so, okay.
Yep, that's it, bending over. And you're facing into the group. You're looking at each other, you're seeing the positions, and already you're smiling, laughing, And you can't help it. When somebody laughs, you're going to laugh as well. And so laughter is so good for the soul. You probably don't get so much of a body workout because you're not doing quite the same stretching as yoga makes you do, but you're still enjoying yourself with other people. So you're all facing in, you're all facing each other. And they're cool down, which is absolutely lovely. You just lie down, relax, think of something that makes you amused, and it's just free flow laughter. So it's not forced. You just relax into it.
Remembering good times as well,
Absolutely.
and funny times. So.
Absolutely, and it's just really positive.
Yeah, I mean, for the people obviously that do feel, because obviously in your line of work as a psychologist, you probably come across a lot of people that are feeling quite down and depressed and stuff like that. Is this something that you recommend to them? Was it maybe too big of a step when someone's sort of feeling that low?
It depends on where they are, really. My main area of well-being support is coaching. And one of the key things that we always teach as coaches is the best solution for the coachee is really what the coachee comes up with themselves. And whilst you can indicate that positive people or laughter therapy may be an option for them, if they're not ready or willing to take that step, then there's nothing else you can do. It's just good to know that those options are out there. And of course you can certainly recommend and make suggestions, but I always think also the more options you have, the better your choices are going to be anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
All just been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been lovely. She's got a beautiful smile. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Alrighty, so guys, do stay tuned because after the break, we'll be going back to our makeover, which is Tracy, I've forgotten her surname, Tracy Hale, that's it. And we'll be seeing what Megan's done with her. So do join us after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to today's program. We are speaking all about how great laughter is for you. Now, on the first part of the show, we introduced you to Tracy, who needed a bit of cheering up and a makeover, basically, because she's feeling a bit low about not finding work at the moment. So let's reveal what she looked like before, in case you're just joining us now. And let's see how she looks now. Hello, Tracy.
Hey, how are you?
You look gorgeous.
Thank you, I feel different.
So what I've noticed immediately are the eyes, Megan, because you could see the eyes before, but now you've just made them really stand out, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. She's got the most gorgeous baby blue eyes. And I think that we did a lot of, like I said, some spring cheer. So we definitely brought those baby blues to life and added a lot of moisture, and we did a lot of things for her look that she normally doesn't do. In speaking with her, she was quite surprised at kind of the way in which the process works out, because Tracy's makeup regime before consisted, I'll let you... Powder.
Start from the bottom and work up.
So this is one of the things, Chrissy, is we've had a segment before on Megan's makeup that we talked about color correcting, and we talked about natural looks and vibrancy. And so when you have a color that you need corrected, whether it's dark circles under your eyes, which is a yellow corrector, or maybe a deeper spot, or some discoloration on darker skin, that you use, the correct color to correct it, as opposed to just keep placing more product on, which is what Tracy...
So you just kept applying more and more
I put more powder on and more foundation until it was all clear, and then work up, whereas Megan's worked with my skin and worked with my cheeks and moisturised it. It feels so much gentler, like I've not got anything on.
Yeah. Okay. That's the thing, is because she was saying her skin changed, and she says, it's become kind of dry, and her skin she was really concerned about. What we did is we did mineralized charged water moisture after we cleansed and we toned it with moisture cleanser and toners. And this is just a very liquidy kind of water-based moisturizer that just really absorbs and soaks in like a sponge. So to the skin. Then we used a primer which also gives radiance, so it has those light reflectors in there. So we, you know, added that to her moisturized skin, as well as we let her under eyes soak with Moisture Surge by Clinique Under Eye Moisturizer, because we wanted to then have a nice base, so that if we weren't going to put any concealers to correct Tracy's under eyes, that we wouldn't have that caked look. It would just go, you know, smoothly onto the skin.
It felt moisturised as she was doing it. Your skin felt cleaned.
It does,
Yeah, and she said she felt like she's having a face massage.
Aww.
So
you are great.
You guys stop it. But this foundation as well, Invisible Radiance by Daniel Sandler, it is for mature skin as well. And what it has is a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrient-rich antioxidants, reflectors, that sort of thing that catches the light and brings that vibrancy back to dull skin. Which we all get at a certain point. I think they say after 25 your skin stops shedding, and so you need to kind of scrub as well to get, and then moisturize and have that regime. This never tends to let me down. It's the Reflection palette by Illamasqua, and it has very neutral toned colors for shadows, except they're very glamorous because they have like little specks of sparkle. So you have, you know, this nice creamy textures that you can just, you know, soak into. Yeah, so it's very creamy textures, and they just are so nice and smooth. They're so lovely. I don't want to waste them, but they really feel like silk. And they just smoothly, Tracy, you can attest to it. I did use my fingers to smoke your eye.
She used it very gently, and it didn't feel like you were putting enough on. I didn't think I'd have anything on at the end.
But they're very pigmented, so I actually did it with my fingers because they blend so well. So then we have Luna as well. It's a highlighter, and this is used just, you know, on those cheekbones there, just to get that vibrant reflection. And you can use that just, you know, where the light hits. So you can use it under the brow bone, just under there, and on your cheekbone. It just gives her that nice youthful glow. We've also used a water-based watercolor, because again, we want to stem away from powders because we want to bring that moisture and that radiance and that vibrance to her skin. So then if the skin is generally dry, then you wouldn't use like the powder-based sort of products. You'd use more the liquidy. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So especially on mature skin, you want to bring that moisture level back, because as we, you know, get older, we lose that moisture just naturally. After 25, it's, you know, you have to do a lot more to your skin to get that vibrancy you did when you didn't have to work so hard. So this is also a nice kind of color cream blusher. It's quite kind of baby pink, and I've just used that on the apples of the cheek, and I've blended it in with this. So I've used that right here. So this actually gives a real lift, is on the apples if you just pop with a little bit, and again it's cream based as well. And just popping it into the apples just really brings that dimension and lifts that, just brings those nutrients, you know. She just looks like she's eaten 10 apples or something like this. And we finished off with a nice glimmer Shu Uemura pink gloss as well, just straight in the middle to catch light. So it just looks fabulous. I think she looks vibrant. I think I've felt her aura change. You know, she just very light and
so
happy.
That's how you do feel with the makeup, with this look.
It feels like if I didn't have a mirror and I hadn't seen a picture, that I haven't got any makeup on. It's so much lighter and fresher.
And what do you think of the look itself?
I think it looks different. I like my eyes. I love those still my eyes. I love my cheeks as well, because usually you get a brush, put loads on to get it, and then have to take off. And she literally You've seen her with her fingers, just little drops. Less is more.
Okay.
So you know how to do it properly.
What will you change in your makeup routine?
I'll throw my powder away. That's going in the bin. Powder revolution's gone.
Okay.
And I got a voucher off a friend to get some new makeup, so I'll definitely be getting some of this, and everything will be water-based.
Yeah, okay.
To moisturise the skin.
You.
I'm happy to hear this. I really am. I'm excited for you every day when you do your new makeup regime.
Yeah. And what about with in search for jobs and things like that? Do you think you feel more confident going?
Yeah, because I've spent loads of time, like I said, putting the powder on, bringing a bit off, putting a bit here, but it takes a. She did it in minutes, so I could do it. Just
brilliant.
Yeah, it'll save time. It makes me feel different as well. I don't feel like I've got a cake on my face.
Okay. What kind of work are you looking for, Tracy?
Anything other than caring, because I've been a carer, everybody thinks it's what you want to go back to, but it wasn't a choice. So anything, anything. I volunteer at the soup kitchen.
What do you love doing?
Talking.
Okay.
To people, I think customer service.
Because I was asking her before, are you nervous? She goes, no, I'm not nervous, I'm fine. I said, all right, that's good. So you're quite confident in front of a camera?
No. No, I'm just pretending they're not there. But yeah, anything customer service based, so I can talk to people.
Okay. I think you'd be wonderful at that, definitely. Because you're very friendly, very sweet, very open, which is great.
I feel different. I feel brighter.
Good. I'm so glad you've enjoyed that. Megan, thank you again for a wonderful job.
Thank you, Megan.
And all the best with your job hunting.
And when I win the lottery, we'll get a good job. Megan's coming to stay.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if anyone at home fancies a makeover, if you're maybe feeling a little bit low about something, you need some cheering up, or you just like a new look for yourself by this wonderful makeup artist here, please do contact me. You can visit the website chrissybshow.tv and fill in the form there. Or you can visit our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show, and you can just inbox us there and we'll get right back to you. You could be the next person here getting their makeover done. That's great, yay. All right, so don't go away because we're going to go to a quick break. And after the break, I'll be sharing some tips on how to get more laughter into your life. And we'll also have some more funny news with Excel after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to today's program where we are speaking about how great laughter is for you. Now, before we actually go through how to laugh more, let's take a look back at some funny moments on this program. Please do come along and visit this place. It's great because you really get. And guys, if you do want something more adventurous, if you want to have some really fun
they can visit. They can go to visitleevalley.org.uk where they can. Three.
You've been through just way too much today, Chris. I tell you what, we'll do.
Nightmares about clowns when I was younger.
Children don't like clowns.
He was just appear at the windows and stuff like that. I'm thinking, why is this clown chasing me all the time?
Was it a dream, you said?
Yes, it was a dream.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, there wasn't a clown chasing me. I thought we were going to have a serious show today.
It's the balloons.
Should I get rid of the balloons? Are they distracting you? Oh my goodness, okay. No, but I think that's scary. They should arrest him.
I know. No, so he is.
Okay. When they see you, they should arrest you.
Take the balloons away. Okay.
Should we go to the next one, right? Okay, guys, I'm really sorry. Let's go. All right, okay.
What? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Chrissy. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna get sacked, Chris.
I'm ready.
You need to walk around a bit.
I think so, Right, let's take 5. Right, let's see.
Okay, so thanks very much. Let's go for the styling now. Okay. Why are you such a hurry? Just like this, we're trying to get Okay, thanks very much. And now we're going to walk over to the styling. Oh, it brings back memories, Excel.
Yes, exactly. Me.
Yeah. And actually one of those was on a live show. And that was so bad. That was really bad. But anyway, now let's talk about ways that you guys at home can laugh more.
Indeed.
So number one, are you ready, Excel?
Yes, hit me.
Number one is that you should smile more, because apparently your body responds subconsciously to the sensation of smiling, and it assumes that laughter is actually coming. So if you're ready to start laughing more, smiling more will actually trick your body into it. So a lot of people's like resting face, for example, Excel is like a kind of scowl. So if you train yourself to smile like when you're working or when you're jogging, even when you're concentrating at work or in front of a computer, you can actually even make a point of smiling at people on the bus, for example, and stuff like that. It kind of makes you ready to laugh and it's more likely to come. But do be careful about who you smile at, just in case, you know? You don't want to give off the wrong impression, but just smile at sort of people that won't hit on you or something like that.
Indeed.
Yes,
absolutely.
Okay. Number two is to make friends with funny people, like I have right here with Excel. So instead of socializing with people that actually bring you down, you should hang out with people that are always sort of making you laugh and cracking jokes. So she always brightens up the studio when she comes here. And sometimes, Excel, you can sort of find yourself in a group of complainers, can't you? So it's really good to kind of, if you are in that kind of situation and things are getting a bit sort of depressing, what can you do, Excel?
I think you need to infect them with your smile, with your laughter, rather than letting them infect you with their sort of sour face, really.
Yeah, so change the subject, make light of something. So just to get everyone back in the mood, because sometimes it just takes one person to kind of say something a bit negative, a bit negative, sort of horrible or something like that. And they gossip about someone or something, and everyone kind of starts to feel low. So be the one that kind of changes the whole mood. Number three, watch a funny film. So sometimes you've just got to switch off the news. So if you're starting your day with lots of depressing news, you put the news on, or another plane crash and this and that, or you read your papers first thing and you always read the negative stuff, you're more likely to be in a bit of a foul mood the rest of the day. So do something, watch a funny film, watch a comedy.
Absolutely. I'm always doing that. I love things, because even when you do that as well, you kind of have a different approach to the day, especially if you start it off on your, like you said, don't start off the day with depressing news, because you might just be all sad about it all day long. I mean, news is news, but by all means try and get some positivity in there first thing in the morning and set yourself up for the day.
That's right. Number four is to learn to laugh at yourself. So don't take everything so seriously. And I have to say, both me and my husband had quite a stressful week, I would say. And there was just a situation where he received this email. He got this email, and then this person that was emailing him was being really cheeky. And we just had such a laugh about it, because it was so ridiculous what this person was writing in the email, and his face looked so horrified that I couldn't stop laughing at his face. And now we've got to make a big joke of it, and we keep reminding. So anything that comes through that's stressful, he just does that face again just to have a laugh. See, sometimes you just got to learn to laugh at the stress that you go through, or laugh at someone's audacity to say something or do something, because it is funny sometimes. You can't allow it to kind of really pull you down.
I mean, like I said previously, I always try to find something in everything that will, at least, even if it's something that's a bit, just find something funny about it. Find something something that'll kind of lift your mood, because if you're able to sort of pick out the negatives, pick out the diamonds in the rough, and not kind of just get all, no, find something that will also help you get through that. Because if you're going through it in a sort of burdensome way, it will sort of feel like, you know, really be dredging and kind of dragging yourself through the. So find something, hook onto that, and just smile your way through the pain, if I can say that.
Yeah.
But,
and even
you know,
like learn to laugh at awkward moments that you've had.
Absolutely.
Or those kind of like, I wish this ground would open up. Those kind of moments. Learn to laugh at them, because, you know, it happens to all of us, right?
Absolutely.
Number 5 is to take time for yourself. So probably like me, you're a busy person, but learning to take time out for yourself and spend time just being with yourself, basically. It's going to lighten your mood and keep you calm and ready to laugh, because you just got to be ready for it all the time. So, you know, ambition and work are really good for you, but in moderation. So make sure you do something that you enjoy every single day. You can unwind and relax and just be ready to have a good laugh, just to keep control of your mood.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, and the last one is to commit to laughter. Now, what do we mean by this? So if you decide you're going to laugh more, then sometimes you just kind of make yourself laugh. And I don't mean just sit there in front of the mirror and just start laughing at yourself.
Because you might get taken to the funny farm, which is not a good place.
Although you could laugh at yourself like that in front of a mirror. However, what you can do is maybe if you just take like 15 minutes a day just to watch a funny YouTube video, or just watch something that will make you laugh a bit. So it's not like a forced laugh, even though even that sometimes kind of makes you start laughing for real. But just do something that's funny, that will relax you at least 10-15 minutes a day in your setup.
And laughter, like I said, is the medicine of youth. Trust me, it will make you definitely look younger. It works. It works.
Alrighty, Excel. I think we may have time for one funny story if you've got one.
Well, I do have one actually. I think I'm going to. I did. This is sort of like a Scoundrel of the Week kind of thing, but
no, don't
it's a bit of a
bring the
funny
mood
side.
down.
No, it's not. Trust me, this is not a mood. This is not a mood downer for sure.
Okay,
right.
This, be quick though.
This scoundrel, basically, a man named Christopher Baker, who's 28, went out for a dinner by himself on Valentine's Day, but he didn't feel like paying. So what he ended up doing was releasing a rat into the restaurant, and then turned around and said that, you know, he wants a refund. However, when pest control were brought in, they investigated the rat and found that it was actually a groomed one, so it was a pet, and it wasn't any rats that would just infest the restaurant. So now he's giving himself a criminal record because he had to pay £7.25 for the meal, as well as £60 for going to court. This is him, and let's all laugh at him.
Oh dear.
Wow.
All right, so we've run out of time. Thank you so much for bringing some laughter to the show as usual.
Indeed.
Thank you. So guys at home, I hope you've enjoyed the program today. And remember, life is so much better when there is laughter. If you want to contact me, you can do so in 2 ways. We have our website, chrissybshow.tv. You can fill in the form there. And also have my personal website, which is mylifeafterdepression.com. You can also fill the form in there and send me a message if you want to. And also there's all information obviously on our website about all the guests that we've had on, and all the information about the program as well. So bye, Excel. I said that already, didn't I? And bye-bye at home, and have a lovely, lovely day.